Hi guys and welcome to Carflix. This is my 2007 Mazda MX-5 and it's got one small problem, and that is the seat just doesn't adjust. So this is inside the MX-5 and I'm 6 foot and I fit in here absolutely perfectly. However, my girlfriend is a little bit dinky and she struggles to see over the top of the steering wheel. Now usually on the later models they have a handle here, but unfortunately this being the lower spec model, although it is the 2 litre with the limited slip diff, it doesn't have height adjustability. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a trip to Suffolk Mazda and we're going to swap these out for some upgraded leather versions with the height adjuster. So let's get down to Suffolk Mazda. So we've just arrived at Suffolk Mazda and we've got the seats just here, and these are the ones we're going to fit. These are the ones with the height adjuster, which are pretty rare. It's in decent conditions, a little hole here and a tiny little rip, but my girlfriend's really good at repairing leather, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, we're going to go and fit these now. Now these are really easy to remove. It's just 4 14mm bolts, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. Slide the seat belt out and then just disconnect one connector underneath the seat. And there we have it, straight in. They look so cool. Thank you to these guys at Mazda Suffolk. If you need anything, then just come to these guys. What do you think?
Oh wow.
You like them?
Yeah.
Do you want to try them out? Try the seat adjustment? So yeah, you pull that and it goes higher. But get your seating position first.
Okay.
So move it to where you want it. That's it. Now just pull that up until it's as high as you want it.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that better?
I love that. I can see bonnet.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Happy?
Very happy.
So we just got to give them a really good clean and then review what they look like afterwards.
A few moments later.
So we've got the seats back and Eliana is going to work her magic on these. She's really good with leather repairing and restoring. So she's going to attack things like this, which is the rip, and obviously the hole, and then I'm going to give it a really good clean because these seats are absolutely filthy. There's a bit of rust as well, we may spray paint that, but I'm going to set the camera up now and we're going to show you the whole process. So the first thing Eliana's doing here is using a stiff brush and getting all the dust out of all the nooks and crannies before using a vacuum cleaner to suck up all the dust. After that, she's using warm soapy water to give a really good clean to the leather. Then drying it completely with a paper towel. Then using 99% alcohol to get rid of any grease left on the seats. Next, Eliana is applying filler to the hole in the seat and to the tear. So these have had a really good clean now. Eliana's doing a fantastic job on it. She's now applied the filler just here into the deep tear that it had, and she's also done a bit here. But we're now going to have to leave it for a total of 24 hours for that to harden, so she can then sand it, and then we can start painting and then reapplying some protection as well.
Tomorrow.
So it's been 24 hours. The filler has now dried completely. So now what Eliana's going to do is she's going to sand it all down and make everything smooth. So everything's sanded down here. This is completely smooth. We've decided to put a bit more filler in this hole because it had sunk a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start painting the passenger seat while the filler dries for this one. Now, as you can appreciate, this is a very slow and time consuming process, but Eliana stuck with it and she managed to do a fantastic job. Whilst Eliana's working hard painting these seats, now's probably a good time to tell you that over 96% of you guys aren't subscribed. I'd really appreciate if you could just hit that subscribe button, as it really helps us out, bring you more videos like this. Right, so Eliana's now finished painting the passenger seat, and that is looking phenomenal. She's actually coloured the stitching black. She preferred the look of the black stitching compared to the grey stitching, because someone had already coloured it black here trying to repair it, and you can't get that back again. So we've gone for all paint on the stitching to make it completely black, and we'll just come around the other side. She's painted the back of it as well, and that's looking awesome. We've just now got to wait for this filler to dry and harden so we can then sand this down. This one's already been sanded, so that's going to come out brilliantly, and then we can start to colour this one as well. Eliana has now completely rubbed this down, rubbed this all down here, and she's completely painted this, and it looks absolutely amazing. It looks really, really good, both front and back. We've now got to give this 24 hours to set, and then we can start saddle soaping them and putting it back.
Day 2.
The seats are done. Now, we did come into a little bit of an issue. You'll probably notice the one on the left is shinier than the one on the right, and the reason for this is we started to saddle soap this, but then it started pulling all the colour off, and we'd left these seats like 48 hours to dry. So I think the best thing we're going to do, because we're running short on time, we're not going to have time to paint the rusted legs either today. What we're going to do is we're going to put the seats back in the car, repaint this when we've got a little bit more time, and maybe I'll do a video on that. But it's kind of a before and after. This is what it looks like now. This used to be where the tear was. That's still a little bit visible, but a lot better than it was. And the hole here, still a little bit visible, but altogether it's so much better than it was. Now, before we put the seats back in, it'd be rude not to give it a good vac. And there you have it, one new leather interior all installed, and you must admit how much better this looks. I'm really happy with the result. Actually, we'll probably recolour the other one at some point. I'd recommend anyone who's got a cloth interior to upgrade them. I paid £100 for these, including PATX in my upholstery seats, and it's just changed the interior completely. It's just more premium. I'm now going to see if the airbag light has gone. Now what was happening before was there was an airbag light coming on here, so let's see if that still comes on. You see it? Now what it's doing is it's doing two long ones and then 2 short ones. I'm going to go and get my diagnostics machine and we'll see what the hell is going on. I'm going to do an auto scan. It's telling me there's 2 issues. Front driver's side airbag circuit is open. Okay, so that's basically telling me that it's not getting a return. I think this one will be separate. The main one is here. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this now, see if we can sort it. What I've done is I've took this apart and I've discovered by shorting out these 2 using this pin here on the graph, it went down into 0 ohms. So I know now that this is for the airbag, these 2 wires here. Now if you look here, there's nothing in this side, so this is why we're having issues.
1 eternity later.
So I finally figured out what the issue was when I fitted these leather seats to this NC. This seat is from a 1.8 and that seat is from a 2 litre. Now the differences between the 1.8 and the 2 litre is the 2 litre gets airbags and the 1.8 doesn't. That's why I'm not getting errors with the passenger seat, but I am getting errors with the driver's seat. Now there's a really quick and easy way to sort this out and to tell if this is from a 1.8, and that is you won't have enough wires to match up with the harness under the seat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit a 2.2 ohm resistor. This will make the car think that the airbag is there. Now don't worry, this won't affect anything if we have an accident. The passenger one will go off, but there's none in this seat whatsoever for them to go off. So it's no different than on a 1.8 or a 2 litre. It's whether you have airbags or not in relation to what model you've bought.
A few inches later.
I've figured out the wiring. Now you'll notice I haven't got a connector because I had to break into the wiring to figure out what wires go where. The pink and black wire, they go to the seat belt, which are the 2 black wires. The yellow and white wire coming from the seat go to the green and blue wire for the heated seats, and the airbag wire, which is the red, blue and brown white for the airbag wire. But this seat doesn't have an airbag in it, and literally this is what you do. The brown, white and the blue, red, you just put a resistor between the 2, and this will now trick the car into thinking that the airbag is still there on a non-airbag seat. And this is the item code I got it from Amazon, and you get like 100 in there for like a £5. I will secure all this wiring when I'm done and put a proper connector on, but this is just temporary wiring and to show you what to do. Okay, so now that resistor's fitted, let's see what happens. There you go guys, completely gone. The car now thinks there is 2.2 ohms there, which means the airbag light will no longer come on. So you join me sometime later. I had to do a lot of research and this is what I found. So to get the heated seat switches working, what you have to do is remove the center console. If you want to know how to do that, watch my previous video on installing the head unit. Now behind this panel here, these 2 connectors here are the heated seat switches, and they're plugged in to these blanking plugs just here at the back, which I'm going to drill out. I went online and I got these 2. These switches are from a Mazda RX-8 and they will fit perfectly onto those. So the reason I have removed the center console here, so I can remove this and I can drill them out, and then I can fit these in there and there without having to buy this whole unit. You can if you want, but what's the point when you can get some RX-8 switches and put them this way? Now you can remove these stickers and put them the other way up and they will be then the right ones, but apparently this should work. The cream goes with the cream plug and the black plug comes with the black plugs. So I'm going to remove this console, take it upstairs, drill out so these will slot in. Once I've fitted those into here, then I'll refit this, connect these connectors at the back, and then those switches should then work.
A few moments later.
Now something I wanted to show you was, these used to be this way around, but if you get a really sharp knife like this, you can actually pop this out, this little plastic sticker, and flip it this way around so it looks the right way around when it's in the MX-5. And I've done that for both of these as well. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to drill out the holes for these switches to go in. And if you look at the back, there's actually a template already outlined. So all I've got to do is drill them out. And then these should just pop in. Because I haven't got my Dremel with me today, I've been just using a 3mm wood bit. What I've been doing is drilling holes, and I'm going to keep drilling holes till all that template is out and I can pop those switches in. I've cut it out using my drill, which is a bit of a mess, but wait until you see what it looks like when I push these in. Look at that. That is so cool. You don't need to buy the full unit, you can just do it yourself.
6.5 hours later.
So everything is now back together. Those are the RX-8 switches installed, and I didn't have to put a fuse in or anything. Watch this now. Driver, passenger. They're both on, and I can confirm that these heated seats now work perfectly. Nice and toasty on my buttocks. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.